Sorry about that, guys, for the technical difficulties. We just had a couple of problems on our end. So, as I was saying, Jamaica are coming today to the fortress, as some people may say, in Suvu, Fiji. Fiji are up 3 places in the FIFA World Rankings from 15th to 12th. This is right behind their last opponents, Estonia, to which they lost 5-2 in a really, really unlucky game. Now, their opponents today, who are travelling, are 17th place Jamaica, coming up from 21st place in the last FIFA rankings. I really don't think there's going to be too much between these two guys. Apologies. Neither of them have really substantial kind of national leagues, but saying that, they both have fielded fantastic teams in the past. My predictions for today would probably be maybe 2 or 3-0 Fiji. But you can never really expect anything when watching a game as tight as this. So currently we're just waiting for the players to kind of come onto the pitch. Like I was saying, there's going to be very, very little between these two teams, and yeah, I think we. So that's it for the minute. We can cut it to a break. Ooh.
Aweta fefe
Fila wa mumu maile laitu
Aweta mata uwe
Etu atane fai maile tupul
Fai pule sala fai
Soi ale papi file mu
Ai fai nitalo sanga
Ile mala ua tupu
Ai awa
Awala male fatala tu
Aweta fefe
Fila wa mumu maile laitu
Aweta mata uwe
Etu atane fai maile tupul
Fai pule sala fai
Soi ale papi file mu
Ai fai nitalo sanga
Ile mala ua tupu
Ai awa
Awala male fatala tu Malie Tanifa Malie Tanifa Malie Tanifa Tata watu tuefa Ai ai tata tai wana loa lefe Mua o Malie Tanifa Malie Tanifa Malie Tanifa Tata watu tuefa Ai ai tata tai wana loa lefe Mua o
Hola, folks, and welcome to the opening game of the Commonwealth Cup. So, I join you all in Suvu, Fiji, and for this match against Jamaica and Fiji, of course. So, being the host nation, Fiji, of course, will want to kind of lock this down and nail it down and make Suvu a fortress moving forward into the cup. You may have seen the fireworks display earlier, and it looked absolutely fantastic. As you can see, Jamaican players, I believe, warming up. I'm sure they're extremely ready for this. This is one of their first competitive games that they've ever properly played, and they've gone up, I believe it's 4 rankings, from 21st to 17th now, and trail just behind Fiji, who I believe are 14th in the FIFA World Rankings. Ultimately, I really don't think there's going to be too much in this game whatsoever. Fiji being the host nation, you kind of expect them to kind of button this down and get a good win, or at least a draw. But in saying that, a lot of their results lately have been substandard to what they may have liked. For example, they've lost 5-2 to Estonia in their last game. They've lost a really close encounter with my home country of Ireland, being 4-3 not too long ago. So I think this is really Fiji's time to show themselves and maybe get a couple of places higher in the world rankings. So I believe the game's gonna start in a couple of minutes, and as I said, both teams look really up for it. But I think Fijian support at the end of the day, I think that's what'll drive the Fijian players forward to maybe win the game. They look ready for it, as you can see. Both teams look very much up for it. I think if Fiji really knuckle down in their defence, because they've no problem with scoring, and if Fiji really knuckle down in their defence, I think they'll have no problem beating Jamaica today. But I think that's where their kind of main problem is, definitely, for Fiji. A lot of the time they're scoring a lot of goals, but it's the ones that they're conceding that are losing them the match. Like I said, in the last game in Estonia, they conceded 5 goals, and you can't be conceding 5 goals and expect to win. As you can see behind me, the absolutely beautiful newly built stand in Suvu. There's a good few fans out, though, may not look like it. And as I said earlier, I think that these fans are really up for it. As the Governor General said earlier, the Fijian spirit, I think, will really push them forward. And I think that if they button down and be careful on their defence and don't concede any stupid early goals, I don't think Fiji should have any problems. As for Jamaica, like I said, they really need to get into this quickly. I think the minute that Fiji get into the game, they're going to be 100% up for it, and it may take 5 or 10 minutes for them to completely get into the flow of the game and maybe score a couple of goals. But I think the first 5 or 10 minutes will be absolutely crucial for Jamaica if they want to win this. They have a couple of fantastic strikers, I believe, and I think they should defend by attacking, and every shot that they take, they should, from the goal kick, they should be 100% knocking it down and kind of locking the place up and not letting anything pass their halfway line. And yeah, so the teams, as you've seen in the past slide there, they are getting ready for it. I think, I really think Jamaica, if they make their mark early, will just knock the morale of the Fijian players completely. And from my own experience, once your morale is knocked, that's you finish dead in the water. Once you concede maybe 2 or 3 goals early, then you're completely out of the game, and it's really, really hard to get back from that. Because I'm sure if Jamaica kind of knock some early ones in, they're going to be sitting 11 men behind the ball at all times, and they're going to try and keep the ball high and as far away from their net as possible for the remainder of the game. So, I'm sure we'll be expecting a couple of more fans arrive up shortly as we near closer to the match. As I was saying earlier, the brand new built pitch in Suvu. The pitch looks absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best looking pitches I've seen, without a doubt. The fireworks display was absolutely class, and I think the opening ceremony was one of the best that we've ever seen in FIFA, without a doubt. The Governor General's speech of Fiji was really, really good. I think he really sets the tone of what the Fijian players expect. So here you see Fijian players coming out, I believe, and they look 100% up for this. I think they're gonna be 100% up for this. They're hopefully gonna do their best in their home stadium, not gonna let anything stupid through, and hopefully get the 3 points and continue moving forward in the Commonwealth Cup. I think the pride factor and the fact that it's their stadium and it's their fortress, I think that they're going to be 100% up for this. They're going to want to win this at all costs. So you see the referee there too, and the president of FIFA, I believe. And like I say, both teams look 100% up for this. I don't think there'll be any stupid mistakes made today. It'll be really balls to the wall football. It'll be messy in the midfield, and they're the kind of games that we want to see. So as the teams line up now, we await the national anthem of Fiji. Absolutely fantastic shots of all the players. Overall, the development of and the effort that Fiji have put into making this Commonwealth Cup one to remember has been absolutely amazing. I think that even the branding and the stadiums and how the speeches and the players' jerseys, everything looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's perfect. So right now we're gonna have Lucas come on. Apologies. So yeah, of course. So Lucas will be coming on now in a second to assist me in my commenting. So players are looking forward to this, I think. I think we're going to be going underway in a couple of minutes. Both teams, I think, are trying to get into the heads of the other team's players, trying to muffle with them. So I think that this is going to be really, really tight. So now Lucas is gonna kind of get us really riled up for the match, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a good one.
Thank you so much, Doctor. As a member of the board here, we have really seen that both these teams have really been in a good mindset, have been very sports friendly, and have a good sportsmanship each player needs. It looks like kickoff will be starting in about a minute's time. In goal for the Jamaican team, we have Father Eric, and as the home we have a good amount of people. Genuinely, this looks like it will be a really good match, as well as good sportsmanship, and looking how hard these teams have worked, looking at how their practices, looking at just how their team chats, they've really practiced, and you could see during all them speeches they were practicing. So I wish them the best of luck, and I'm going to hand it back to you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. Back to you.
Thanks a million, Lucas. Yeah, of course. So as you said, both teams have worked extremely hard to get to this position. I think that it's the first game in the Commonwealth Cup. Neither team are going to want to lose this, and set themselves off to an unlucky streak. So I think both teams are really, really going to be up for this. I think the ref isn't going to take anything in this game. I think he's well aware of what's going to happen, and I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game of football. As Lucas was saying, both teams have really worked hard since their last games, and I think Fiji are definitely going to surprise us, because I don't think they've been playing to the ability that they deserve to play at, and they've been extremely lucky with the draws that they've had. Yeah, they've been extremely unlucky with the draws that they've had. That they've always drawn teams that are higher in rankings than them. Estonia and Ireland. Different teams, and they've competed well, but as I was saying earlier, they just concede way too many goals. I think Jamaica are gonna capitalize on this, and they're gonna bomb forward for the first couple of minutes. And if they, even get a goal or two, I think Fiji will be completely out of this.
Oh yes, definitely. I agree with that. To be honest, we after this match, whoever wins, I think they'll both still be in. Then we will have maybe I think it's Ireland playing next, and then maybe Caymans, I think. But the lineup for the teams for this cup are Bangladesh, Brunei, Fiji, Ireland, Jamaica, Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and Cayman Islands, which is 9 teams. The winner of the ceremony will get this lovely trophy, which made by our developers, and will be known as superior to the Commonwealth nations. So kickoff's about to start, so good luck.
Yeah, as Lucas was saying, it's an extremely tough group for Fiji. They have Sri Lanka, who are third, Malaysia, who are fifth, Ireland, who are eighth, and Brunei, who are ninth. I think they'll be extremely lucky, and in their home ground, I think it'd be a fantastic morale booster for the Fijian people if they manage to get out of this group and win the cup. Yeah, I'd really love to see the support of the Fijian people come out now in this game, just so we can see, how much the Fijian people want this and how grateful they are for the cup being held in their country. So as I was saying, I think the team to win it will be Sri Lanka. They've been absolutely fantastic in their last couple of games. They bet Estonia 7-0, who, just to remind you, bet Fiji 5-2. So I really don't think. I think it'll take a lot from Fiji to get out of this. But yeah, I think if they lock down the pitch defensively and they, make their presence known on the pitch, then I think that it'll be extremely hard for any team to beat them. So as you can see on the stream, both teams are lining up. They seem completely ready for this. I think fans of Jamaica and Fiji will be extremely up for this. They're both known as incredibly passionate fans, and I'm 100% expecting an entirely close game. I don't think there's going to be too many 4 or 5-0 score lines in this tournament. I think that there might be a couple of surprises too. So, as we get underway, I just want to thank everyone in both WarnerMedia and FIFA for presenting the CW Cup. I'd like to thank Welch and Lucas. They've really done a lot to make sure that the broadcasting of the CW Cup is, absolutely the best it can be. And hopefully, you'll see some absolutely fantastic games on WarnerMedia very, very soon. Teams are lining up now. The ref's in the middle. And here we go. Centre back has it now. Fiji are moving forward. If either team gets an early goal, I think that the game will be completely shifted towards them, without a doubt. Um, Here you can see Fiji, they're trying to move forward with it. There doesn't seem to be too much space for them to move around. Fiji Jamaica are really locking this down. And here we have a break. Oh, that's a great save. Absolutely fantastic save from the Jamaican keeper. I think that if he makes saves as good as that all game, I don't think there'll be much contest. So Jamaica are on the break. They just weren't able to capitalise on that break. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic skill from the Fijian player. And there it goes out for a line ball. It's taken into the corner by the Fijian player. Here we have Jamaica for the throw-in. It's lost and it's given straight back to Fiji. And Fiji are now in the break. That's an absolutely fantastic skill from the Fijian player. And now Jamaica are on the break. He should square this into the box. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic defending. Fiji really needs to get back and they need to lock down their defence, because their defence so far in the game has been very, very poor. They've allowed a lot, and their attack has also been extremely wasteful. They've had a lot of chances to capitalise, but just weren't able to take them. They've allowed Jamaica to get on the break just too many times, and I think the midfield really, really need to look at what they're doing and improve their game defensively. Here we have Fiji again in the break. But that's very, very poor, and it's good defending. Yeah, it was very, very poor defending or very, very poor attacking, pardon, from Fiji. And the keeper comes out. Oh, Jesus. That is extremely unlucky. I think if he squared it into the box, it was a certain goal. Fiji are just allowing too many free men to go unmarked. I think their manager really, really needs to look at that and make sure that they're not allowing chances like that to slip through, because that's almost 3 times now that there's been a free man in the box, and if Jamaica weren't as wasteful, I think they'd be 3 up without a doubt. Here's Fiji. Oh, that is a fantastic save from the keeper. Fijian players are absolutely distraught that they couldn't capitalise on that. I think that really reinforces my point that Fiji are being far too wasteful in the final third. Here is a break, I believe. Yeah. No, it's very, very poor from Fiji. It's going in. No, it didn't do anything. There was a very, very poor cross. Both teams really need to look at their attacking moving forward in the game, because I really don't think the midfielders are creating opportunities for them, and they're making really, really good breaks, but if they're not able to capitalise them in the final third, then I think they're pointless. Oh, and that is awful from the keeper. That is absolutely deplorable defending from Fiji. And the keeper, I don't even know what he was doing. He came out. I don't even know. I don't even think he knew what he was doing. That's absolutely dreadful. And that was just like what I was saying earlier in the stream. Fiji can't allow stupid goals to be conceded early, because this is what happens. And I think they really need to lock down now and not let any stupid chances like that get through again, because that was absolutely deplorable defending. It was one isolated man in his own, and it was really, really poor. I think the keeper should have 100%. Sorry, the keeper should have 100% stayed in his line. I don't know what he was doing coming out when the defender had it covered. And yeah, as I was saying, it just reinforces my point that Fiji are conceding too many stupid goals early. What the ref is checking for currently, he may be checking for a foul or something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not really sure what the hold up is currently. Don't really know what's going on at the minute. I think Fiji should definitely use this time to re-strategize and restructure themselves to make sure that A, they're not allowing stupid goals like that last one to be conceded, and B, they're being less wasteful in the final third. I think they really need to use the counter-attacks that they've been getting from Jamaica's really poor defending. Here we have a chance here. The Fijian attacker is alone. Oh, he has to score here. Oh, fantastic. That was an absolutely fantastic textbook breakaway from Fiji. Completely caught Jamaica off guard, who expected no response whatsoever from Fiji. And I think this shows what the Governor General of Fiji was saying, that the Fijian spirit just can't be broken. Here we have Fiji again in the break. They won it from the Jamaican tip. Oh, that is absolutely class. He took it around 4 players and keeps moving it forward. Oh no. He should knock it back to his keeper, because this is well defended. That was really, really well defended. Jamaica have really become more defensively inept. They look like they're really up for it now defensively. They've almost their entire team now behind the ball. I don't think they want to concede any more stupid goals. Oh, Fiji, they're on their own. Oh, that was a good save from the keeper. I don't think it was really challenging them whatsoever. Yeah, the keeper has that every single day of the week. I don't think balls like that are really going to do any team much damage. No, that was very, very poor from Fiji. I don't know what he was doing there. Oh, that was extremely poor from Fiji. How they could let the ball away. That in their final third, as easy as that, with so many Jamaican players around, is absolutely beyond me. But I think they really need to capitalize this if they want to push on in this game. Here we have the Fijian winger. He's gonna put it through, hopefully. Oh, that was deplorable. That was absolutely deplorable. They had them on the counter attack, but he was really, really wasteful. He's won it back there. I don't know why he keeps cutting back, even though he has a lot of space. He's just really being wasteful. I think if I was a Fijian manager, I'd want to correct that extremely quick. Here's Jamaica on the break. If the Jamaican player wins this, this is Jamaica. If Jamaica don't capitalise on this, I don't think the Fijian keeper knows what to do. It's a 3-on-1. He should have taken it in closer, but he scored. It was a 4-on-1. I don't know what Fiji were doing defensively. Half their team were in the other team's half. That was absolutely shocking defending from Fiji, and yet another stupid goal conceded. If Fiji want to, get further in this tournament, they really, really need to look at themselves defensively and say, what do we need to do to fix this up? Because, on the break they're absolutely fantastic. Their right winger is making a lot of hay, but defensively they're extremely poor. They're very, very weak. How they could let 4 Jamaican players get on the break when only 2 of them were there defending is absolutely beyond me. If I was a manager for Fiji or any other team, my policy would be 100% defend first. Defend and move it out from the back. Because Fiji are just conceding way too many stupid goals. Scoring goals isn't their problem whatsoever. They just allow too many idiotic goals to be conceded, and I think that's what will kind of put strains on their ambitions moving forward in both the Commonwealth Cup and future tournaments like the World Cup or any other tournament really that could be hosted. Jamaica are really being careful defensively here. They're just kicking it out and then allowing themselves to restructure. This could be a break now for Fiji. Camera angle is a little bit slow to adjust, but that's fine. Here we go. Jamaica have won it there. I think it's a throw-in. Yeah. It's a very, very quick take and throw-in. It's a 3-on-4 at the minute. Fiji will do well to score in this one. Oh no, they've done it again. They really, really can't afford to do any more of this. It's absolutely stupid how many times they're in the final third and they're just losing the ball through trying to show off maybe. And if Jamaica score again, it'll be completely deserved for Fiji because I don't know what they're doing. Yep. That was 100% deserved goal from Jamaica, and it was also deserved for Fiji. I really don't know what they were doing there. That all came from the wasteful attack that the left winger had. That was extremely poor. It's already 3-1. They're 3-1 down in their own stadium with their own fans. Yeah, I think this is extremely embarrassing for Fiji. But I really hope that they can capitalise on this chance that they have here. This right winger has been making a lot of hay for them, as I said earlier. But that was extremely poor, that cross. He sent a second one in, and again, it was really, really wasteful. He's really not doing too much to aid his strikers in this attack. On the left wing, I think their left winger for Fiji is being way too wasteful, trying to show off to someone in the crowd maybe. And instead of being direct and going straight for the ball, or bringing the ball straight towards the goal, he's trying to take it around people and cut inside, and I just really think that is pointless. Fiji have a free kick here, I think. If they should really capitalise on this. They have a lone man on the far post. Oh, he's congested in the middle. Oh, that was a good save from the Jamaican keeper. The Jamaican keeper has done absolutely fantastically this game. The one goal that he's conceded has been an absolutely fantastic one, but he's made a mistake here, and he's going back onto his line. His defender's covering up for him. Yeah, his goalkeeping has been absolutely fantastic. Apart from the one goal that he's conceded, which, to be fair, was an absolutely fantastic goal. He's made no mistakes. No stupid going off his line, or not being sure whether to go off his line or to stay on his line. He's fantastically drilled. I think the manager for Jamaica will be extremely pleased if he keeps his form up. Here are Fiji now in the break. Here's the left winger. If he's direct in this one and he's not doing step overs and turning in, I think they could score. It's a 4-on-1. Oh, that is an absolutely fantastic goal for Fiji. That was amazing. And as I was saying, that if the left winger is more direct, it'll be like making cake for Fiji. And now they're doing a VAR check. I wonder what they're checking for. Possibly an offside, I'm not sure. Jamaica should really, really consider their left and right backs and really put strength on both sides, because that's where Fiji have gotten all of their goals. And as I was saying, if that left winger and the right winger too, if they're more direct, I think goals like that, fantastically taking goals like that will be like baking bread. It'll be really, really easy for them. I'd be fuming if I was a Fiji manager, because through showboating and showing off in their home stadium, they're a goal down, and whether they deserve to be a goal down, I'm not sure. I think their defence and their attacking on the counter attack has been absolutely deplorable. They've been letting far too much in, but in the way of long balls over the top and counters being made. So yeah, I really, really don't know what to expect from Fiji, because they've been fantastic when they were direct, but otherwise they've been very, very poor. And here Jamaica again, just like that was a very, very easy save, and he's kicked it straight out to the Jamaican attacker again. Really, really poor distribution from the keeper. I don't really think you can be expecting his central midfielders to be winning anything when he's putting in balls like that. I think the goalkeeper coach for Fiji will definitely want to work on distribution in the next goalkeeper training session. The camera should pan out now in a second, and we should see Fiji on the attack maybe. Here we are. Our cameras are a little bit off. Oh, here we are. Yeah, you just can't let shots like that in. You just have to be consistent in the easy shots that come into you, because and again, the Fiji line has been far too high. They're allowing too much in, and it's a 4-on-1 in the box. Yeah, you just can't be having your line that high when there's 3 of them. And no matter, and in the 45th minute, no matter what the efforts of the Fijian attackers were to try and level the game, the attackers have just been caught. The attackers have just been, the defenders have just been caught having their line too high and allowing for that Jamaican ball over the top to just crush them completely. The manager will really want to address that and address the defence in the second half, because you just really can't concede goals like that and expect to win games and expect to move forward as a national team in the Commonwealth Cup. To be frankly honest, I was expecting far more from Fiji in their home ground. Their defense was absolutely really, really deplorable. You really there. I think the Fijian spirit, if it pushes through, will 100% win them this game. So we're going to take a break now for half time, and I'll talk to you in Hello.
Ooh, I'm so pro. Alright, Jules. I have this weird, like, thing in my underarm. I don't know what it is.
Two halves at the minute. Oh, Fiji could capitalise from this. Oh, it's amazing skill. Oh, great save from the keeper. Fantastic save. And Jamaica are on the break currently. 2-on-1. Fiji just can't afford to be letting themselves in these positions. They're doing it time and time again. Here we are. They're doing it time and time again. And it's really, really costing them at the minute. Because they're just conceding these stupid goals that they really, really shouldn't be conceding. Every single goal that they've made, they've had to work for. They've really had to knuckle down and try and get through the really well drilled Jamaican defence. There they are again in the break. It's a throw-in, I believe. Yeah. So far to be a game of two halves, but we really can't expect much from Fiji when they're defending like that. The camera should pan out. I don't know what the cameraman is doing currently. He's kind of scrolling in and scrolling out. But yeah, so as I was saying, the manager of Fiji hopefully drilled and gave them the hairdryer treatment maybe. How to defend and how to sort themselves out. I don't know what's really going on here. The Jamaican players causing trouble, I think. So, expecting the throw in now. It's a self throw in. He's knocked it onto himself. And it's just cleared out by Jamaica. They were in doubt. They didn't know what the story was, and they just got it out. And that's decent defending. When the balls are to the wall and you don't know what to do, just getting it out and putting it out for a throw so you can reorganize yourself is usually the best option. So there's a delay in the throw-in, I believe. I don't know what's going on currently. Jamaica really, really, really have their line high. They really want to see something from this. The camera is a little bit panned out. Oh, that's great defending from Jamaica. I don't know what's going on with the camera. I apologise for that. But that was absolutely fantastic defending from Jamaica. And when you're in problems like that, when you're in trouble like that. Oh no, the Fijian keeper has made another absolutely fatal mistake. He's let it in once again from a completely stupid and irrational action there. But again, the defense were nowhere to be seen. They were off in the Wild West somewhere. I don't think they even knew where they were. So here we have Jamaican the Jamaican keeper or the Fijian keeper, I believe. They're having it for a kick out. And it's won in the midfield by Fiji. He's knocked it. That's perfect. So I'll be joined by two of my fellow commentators now in a second. But here's Jamaica up in the final third again. Yeah,
It's
it's well
2-5.
defended from Fiji. You know,
It's
I
2-5.
think
What a
the
dominant.
manager gave them the hairdryer treatment and, you know, really got them to sort themselves out and catch a grip of themselves in defence.
2-5. What a dominant performance
We
from
get drawn
Jamaica.
to the ball far too much, the defenders,
Hello?
instead of holding their position. And yeah, that was absolutely fantastic defending. They know exactly what they're doing now. They're not getting drawn to the ball as they were before. And you know, I really think that they need to be careful of that. Fiji getting drawn to the ball. The defenders are far too much. They're not minding their positions defensively, and that's really not going to be any trouble for the Fijian keeper. He just gobbles that up and looks for the pass. The stream has gone very pixelated. I apologise. Here we are. Jamaica have won the goal kick. That was absolutely fantastic save. Really, really poor distribution, as I said earlier, from the Fijian keeper. You know, you really, really can't be, you know, making mistakes like that. You know, in extremely simple circumstances as he was there. You just have to be extremely careful because it's the stupid mistakes that you make where good teams like Jamaica will catch you. And here's Fiji again. It's a great save. That is a fantastic save from the Jamaican keeper. And there's men on the line. Again, absolutely fantastic save from the Jamaican keeper. He's like a brick wall in defence. He's not letting anything past him whatsoever. That was a very, very poor challenge. That was really, really poor. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a red card because he made no effort whatsoever to win the ball. The Jamaican player was through on goal and he just swiped the legs out clean of him. That was an absolutely shocking tackle. But it gives Fiji the chance to reorganise themselves because what they're doing currently, they really need to revisit their current doctrine because you know they're leaving all the space. The defenders are leaving all the space behind them, and Jamaica have catched on to this. They've caught on, and they're just allowing the most simple of balls to be let in past them, and the keeper is left in no man's land, and that's it again. The keeper's just left in no man's land. He doesn't know whether to come or to go, and that's 5-2 to Jamaica. Fiji, this is an extremely embarrassing defeat. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I thought this would be a game of two halves. I thought Fiji would, look at the mistakes that they made in the first half and maybe change up what they're doing in the second half, but it's just repetitive and it's just really, really disappointing from Fiji, especially for the fans who came out. It's just really, really disappointing in their home stadium of Suvu. I'm 100% sure the manager would have wanted to make a fortress out of Suvu and show that Fiji aren't a team to be messed around with. But, really, they've been absolutely deplorable defensively. They've let in far too many soft goals. And as I was saying, Jamaica got caught onto 2 or 3 very early goals. And, you really can't expect to win when you're 3 or 4-1 down in the first half. I don't really think Fiji will come back into this. They're just completely, the wind is knocked out of their throats. Jamaica will keep pounding down at their defence until they crack again and again and again, because they do, and they will continue to crack. But yeah, I really think that the manager needs to revisit how he's training his players, and the players need to make sure that they're not getting as attracted to the ball, because on the counter attack, Jamaica have been absolutely lethal. Fiji have just been they've just been letting too much in. But in saying that, Fiji are on the break now. Again, that's just the difference between Fiji and Jamaica. Jamaica don't make the stupid decisions and the stupid they also don't make stupid mistakes. As both their goalkeeper and the defender. The Jamaican goalkeeper's distribution has been absolutely fantastic. There hasn't been one ball that hasn't gone to exactly where he wanted it. Every shot that he could have saved, he did. And that's just the difference between both teams. I think if Fiji are to continue playing like this, further down the line in the tournament, I don't think they're going to do too well, because attacking, they're doing extremely well. Their 2 strikers are doing absolutely fantastically, but their defense and their midfield too is also leaving the defenders out to dry, and they're sort of making the Fijian players kind of need to get on the break like this and move out and try and close it down quick. But they just don't learn from their mistakes whatsoever, and it's like teaching a child. That was a fantastic save there, I believe. But it's like teaching a child, to do something. They just, no matter how many times you tell Fiji to do something, or no matter how many times they make the same mistake, they just keep doing it. And again, see, the distribution is just not good enough whatsoever. The Fijian keeper was extremely lucky that he made it there, because it was just really, really poor. And Fiji have it here. If they score here, it'll be an absolutely fantastic breakaway goal. Well defended. See, that's the difference between Fiji and Jamaica. Jamaica just don't allow any mistakes to be made whatsoever. They have to be, and that's why they're 3 goals up, because every goal that Fiji have scored has been an absolutely worldy of a goal. In any other game, it'd win them. But yeah, they really need to revisit certain aspects of their game to try and improve upon themselves, because this is just extremely weak. Here they are again. Could they capitalize on this? Yeah, Jamaica are just too good defensively. They just don't allow stupid goals like this to be conceded. And here they are on the breakaway again. Fiji getting drawn to the ball. Jamaica just love these chances. Oh, that is an absolutely dreadful tackle. The player threw on goal. I think the ref has to revisit that, because there was no attempt made whatsoever to win the ball there. The legs were swiped from clean under him. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a yellow or even possibly a red card, because that was 100% a goal opportunity. And they're the kind of opportunities that Jamaica prey on. They're the kind of opportunities that Jamaica love to see. And I think any other team watching this game should take notes on Jamaica, and also take notes on Fiji and how they play, and make sure that with Jamaica they keep the line very, very deep. They don't allow any balls to come over the top, because that's what's killed Fiji time and time and time and time again. And they're just not learning from their mistakes whatsoever. And for Fiji, they're always going to keep their line high. Oh, I think that may be another one. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but as I was saying, Fiji are going to keep their line extremely high. I think work on distribution from defenders and goalkeepers, and Fiji won't be any problem whatsoever. Here they are again. Jamaica. Oh, that was well defended, to be fair. Fiji, they just have to make sure that they're every tackle that they make, that they capitalize on, because this is just very, very poor from them defensively. There's been 4 added minutes, I believe, and I really don't think that Fiji will be able to get into the game in this extra 4 minutes. It's just, and if even they score a goal here, it'll be too little too late. Jamaica just keep pounding at their door, and they're not letting anything through defensively. They have a machine gun of a goalkeeper. He's just spraying balls all across the pitch, and Fiji just haven't been able to combat it whatsoever. That was a really good piece of skill. I think the two players for Fiji that would stand out would definitely be their strikers. They've done really well, but they just have nothing else to support them whatsoever. This game just really hasn't worked for them, because Jamaica are so tight in the back, and I'm sure that they prey on players. They really prey on loose defense, and that's just not Jamaica. The game has come to a close, I believe, 5-2 Jamaica to Fiji. I don't think you could ride it whatsoever. It was absolutely fantastic display from Jamaica. They showed their true colours. They showed that they're really up for this. And Fiji are just, I think it'll be extremely disappointing for them after this game, because I think they expected far more than, the Fijian fans expected far more than what they got. I'm sure they'll be extremely disappointed and hopefully, as the Governor General of Fiji said, Fijian spirit will shine through. So, we're going to, after the game, we're going to have a press conference, and we're going to see, the different players and, representatives, what their view on the game was, because Fiji have just been absolutely deplorable. They've been really disappointing, and they really need to look forward and re-strategize themselves so that they know what they're doing down the line, because they can't afford to make the mistakes that they're making against teams like Sri Lanka or Malaysia or Ireland, because they'll just prey on mistakes like that, and they'll just clean out any sort of poor defense that Fiji has. It's an absolutely fantastic win from Jamaica. I'm sure it'll knock them up a couple of places in the world rankings, and they've really made a mark for themselves in this game. They've shown to their fans that they're up for this, and even away from home, across the Pacific in Fiji, that they're willing and able to put their balls on the line and show every other nation in this tournament that they're up for it. And here, Fiji again, they could capitalise here. And here's the final score. The game is finished. The final score between Jamaica and Fiji is Jamaica 5, Fiji 2. Just really, really disappointing for all those who've shown up for Fiji in support. I'm sure it's extremely disappointing for the hosts, for the kind of lead representatives who want to make their mark, and most importantly for the players and the managers. You just can't make mistakes like that and expect to win games against the best teams in the tournament. And yeah, it's just, you just really can't afford to make mistakes like that, because your Sri Lankas and your Malaysias will just love to see opportunities like that being dished out to them on a plate, like Fiji have given them. And yeah, so we're gonna take a really quick break before the press conference. Thanks a million to all who tuned in to watch this matchup between Jamaica and Fiji. It was an absolutely fantastic game, and you just couldn't ride it. Everyone's money was on Fiji taking the lead early on and then locking it down, but it was quite the opposite, and I wish both teams the best of luck moving forward in the tournament. Thanks very much. See you. All right, how's it going, folks? And welcome back to the pre-match, post-match, pardon, interviews. Joining us is Dylan Ashford and Noah Finchby of Fiji. How's it going, lads?
Yeah, good, thank you. Shame about the match today. But we're optimistic for the future. This is our first match we've played since the World Cup. We haven't actually been able to do much training, but optimistic for the rest of the tournament and hoping to get a bit more training in.
Yeah. So Dylan, your defense was really, really poor today. What do you think the manager will do to address this?
I think he'll definitely be practicing more, training more, getting out there daily, if not every other day, as much as he can. I think we'll be practicing our defence a lot and structuring our team a bit more than we did today. Also doing more goalkeeper practicing, etc.
Yeah. What would you say to those who expected far more from you in this opening game that has been held here in your capital city of Suvu? Because
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of Fijians were extremely disappointed at the result, as you can probably imagine.
I'd say it was a bit of a shock and it is a disappointment. But like I said, I think it's mainly due to a lack of training during the period since the World Cup. Uh, but I think we can work to fix it and we can turn our act around and hopefully still have a chance of doing good in the cup and possibly even winning it.
Fantastic. Moving forward, what's the country's ambitions? Both in this tournament and in ones in the future possibly. What do you guys
Yeah, well,
wish to
we want.
achieve?
I think we want to obviously improve a lot more. I think we want to prepare for the next World Cup, etc. Just generally improve our football and possibly even go forward to bidding hosting the World Cup, like we've hosted the Commonwealth Cup today. Um, I think we're a very good sporting nation and we want to improve our football skill and just generally get more people involved as well.
Fantastic. Let's hope that the Fijian spirit shines through. That's WarnerMedia. Thanks a million for showing up, folks, and I'll see you. So we're going to be moving on to the Jamaican manager now and seeing what pardon he has to say about his team's absolutely fantastic performance, and we're also going to see what he wishes to do further down the line in the tournament.
Well. That was some fucking demolition, am I right? I'd just like to say all that shit they just said about how there was no training. We've not had a train for 2 months. First game here, new signings. Pedro's making his debut. Fucking Cohen's making his debut. All of them never trained before, and we demolition their team 6-2 with a red card, a man down. I think I think that's just a difference in quality.
Yeah, of course. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, I just want to say that's all bullshit. The seventh goal
Okay,
was literally disallowed. We've been robbed of a penalty, 2 red cards, but we still won 6-2. Commonwealth Cup is coming to Kingston. That's all I'm saying.
okay. Um, fuck. um, your goalkeeper distribution was absolutely fantastic today. Did you do any work on that whatsoever, or
Well, I
did
mean,
you just kind
since
of rock
2020,
up on the day?
Sad Zakoni, whatever his name is, I can't remember. I've been working from. I've taken him to all my MPS teams, fucking training with him a lot. So he's really improved as a goalkeeper. Every team I've made, he's always been my goalkeeper, and he's just got better and better. Obviously, his I thought his took too long on the ball. If he took a little quicker, we could have had some counter attacks and maybe scored some more goals. But that's something we'll work on in the later stages of the tournament.
Fantastic. What are your ambitions moving forward in the Commonwealth Cup and in possibly World Cups in the future?
Well, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning it. Obviously, there's some good teams, and respect to Fiji and all, but a lot of them just talk a whole lot of shite. Whenever they lose the ball, they blame React, but I don't want to go into blaming. But I think we can win the Commonwealth Cup, maybe the Olympics as well, and then I think we could possibly maybe dethrone Italy, but of the World Cup champions. But that's a whole year away, so it's a little too early to tell.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the better teams, your Sri Lankas, your Malaysias, how do you expect to do against teams like that who
Well,
won't have as loose a defense?
I know I said respect to Fiji, but no disrespect to Fiji. There's teams like these that had a couple good runs a couple season like last season, and have been rated as one of the best. Teams like Sri Lanka and Fiji. Sri Lanka hasn't had a match in like fucking 2 years. Obviously not 2 years, but I think there's a lot of underrated and overrated teams in this league. You don't hear fucking people saying, "Oh, Bosnia, best team in Europe," and you never heard them saying that. But you hear teams saying Sri Lanka, Bangladesh are going to win the league. A lot of them went out for the group stages.
Yeah, exactly. You really can't tell what the score lines will be before the game, and I think that's what makes football special. Thanks a million for talking to us, and best of luck down the line. Yeah. So right now we're gonna get Dylan in, I believe, to kind of respond to what the um what the Jamaican manager had to say, and yeah, so you can take it from here, Dylan.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to discredit the Jamaican win or anything. I think it was a very well earned win. I understand a lot of teams probably didn't get much training during this time. But yeah, I think personally, the reason we did so bad, I think, was mainly due to our lack of training. But I understand you also had a lack of training. But it is what it is, and I'm just looking at going forward now and what we can do next.
Yeah. So I wish both teams the best of luck. Moving down the line in the cup, and now we're going to move on to the Jamaican players and see their what they think of what happened in the game. So um uh, I don't know which Jamaican player we're getting into we're questioning, but uh we'll be questioning one of them anyways. Okay, so so we're gonna have an open discussion here. Anyone in the VC who wishes to talk can 100% feel free to talk. And yeah.
Good
Yeah, cool. So we're gonna have Pedro in, who I believe is a Jamaican player, and we're gonna see what his opinion on the game was. So Pedro, what are your ambitions moving forward in the tournament?
Uh, Me and the boys just want to get to the farthest we can to try to win this tournament. We don't have a very big expectation upon us, but we have a goal, which is to win the tournament.
Classic. Against, as I asked prior, against maybe the better teams that have been playing more and have more experience, what are you expecting from Jamaica?
I'm expecting us to put a proper fight with those teams in the games. Today we showed we are a team capable enough to get results.
Of course. Do you wish to continue using counterattacks, or are you going to look to kind of adapting your play to different teams?
The tactics aren't made by me; they're made by the manager, not by the players.
Yeah, I'm aware, but what do you believe will be the best tactics to use against teams with a far tighter defense who aren't going to keep their line so high and won't let balls over the top slip in?
The teams always make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and we have to use those mistakes to break the game, finish the game in one moment. There will be key moments we need to finish the plays well, not waste chances like we did today. There were chances we could have scored that we unfortunately didn't, and if we did, it would have been a different result, a much bigger result.
Mm-hmm. Thanks very much, Pedro, for coming on. I now would like to introduce the FIFA president. So I believe he's in the VC. Oh, sorry, pardon. The Commonwealth Football Federation president. I apologise. I believe he's in the VC, and we're gonna look to try and get a couple of questions off him. I don't know whether he has a mic or not, but we could be conducting it through game. Perfect. So, what were your expectations, before the game?
We weren't expecting too much, obviously. It's a new tournament. There were mistakes made. We obviously have to admit our errors, but we will work off them. And it's a learning block, really.
Okay. What teams do you expect to come out on top at the end of the tournament?
I cannot make a comment on that.
Okay. So, what team are you going for personally as football, Commonwealth Football Federation leader?
I don't support any team. I hope all teams do well. All teams get a couple of good results. But obviously, best team wins.
Yeah. Were you expecting such a not even game today? Were you expecting it to be more tight, or what were
I
you
didn't have any
expecting?
expectations. We knew that admin wasn't working from the second the ceremony started, so expectations weren't terribly high. Obviously, some decisions went against each team, but I didn't expect it to be as one-sided as it was, the result. But both teams played quite well.
Yeah. What would you say to the Fijian players at this minute?
Not to be disheartened by the result, obviously. It's the first game. errors will be ironed out. It's going to improve from here. And you've got 8 games to go, 7 games to go, minimum.
And the same sort of question, what would you say to the Jamaican players right now?
Very well played. Same with both teams, obviously. But very well played to both teams. Good result. Keep it up.
Perfect. So now we're done with questions. I wish to thank everyone who came on to watch. I wish to thank all those who were willing to be questioned. And I also wish to thank the Governor General of Fiji for hosting this fantastic tournament. All the background staff in Fiji, the devs, the managers, the players, everyone who made this event possible. I also wish to thank the players on both teams and the managers. They, put on a fantastic show today, and hopefully we'll see more fantastic surprises moving down the line. Good night, lads, and I'll see you. Thanks very much.